Good morning, you of the tubes. Hello, welcome. Hopefully, this recording works. Yeah. I did do a recording last week. Yeah. Audio was completely, yeah. Let's leave it at that. So, you join me. It is Tuesday. And I am on cavity closures again. Yeah, I've just been and got loaded. You may have seen some footage of the little weird reverse we have to do to get round into their yard to get loaded. It's a bit weird, and depending on how much stock they have around, can be a bit awkward. Thank you, SatNav. Jesus Christ, it's gonna. The SatNav's been deadly quiet, and the minute I start recording, it's just going to be full of messages and alerts. It's just going to be typical.
Take the next left.
Absolutely typical. So yes, today on cavity closures, I have 3 drops. First drop is of 3 frames. Second drop, a single frame. Third drop, like 86. So, just a few on the final drop. Had a bit of a delayed start because I got to my truck this morning, or this truck, which was the truck I thought was going to be my truck, but it isn't my truck, but I'm using it today. Got to it this morning to find that the front license plate was hanging off. And so I had to take it to our garage to get it reattached. That's a lovely defect report written for that, and that's going to get submitted when I get back. So, because it's going to need a new license plate. It's blatantly had a hit from another driver, and it's damaged it. So, yay! This truck is This is the truck I was in when I did the Norfolk run, and I said that I thought it was going to be my truck, but turned out it's not going to be my truck. Yeah, I left it in a nice-ish state. Not pristine, because that ain't happening. But I thought I left it in a nice-ish state, and yeah, I've come back to it in a mess. Joy! But yes, hello! Welcome to another week. Some of you may have seen last week I did put up a YouTube short about where I was complaining about having to wait 30 minutes for paperwork at an RDC. Yeah, little did I know at the time of how long I actually was going to end up waiting. I was at that RDC all in for about 3.5 hours. Yeah, of which of that, 40 minutes I'd say about 40 minutes of it was them actually unloading me. That was a nuisance, shall we say. It turned out what happened was it was 2 loads, but going to the same place. A load of 8 and a load of 4. The paperwork was fine for the load of 4. They found that, no problems. The load of 8, nope, no record of it whatsoever. Now, because the 8 pallets was in front of the 4 pallets, they would not take those 8 off to get the other 4. And so it was like, well, we're in a stalemate here. What are you going to do? Because I've got all your pallets. Anyway, various phone calls had gone round and emails and so forth. For then to get a message going, yes, go in. They're accepting the load. I was like, great, awesome. I'll go to the goods in office, get my bay assignment. To be told, oh, you weren't meant to be here till 11:30. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait another 10 minutes, and it's gonna be at least an hour to get you on a bay. I was just like, you having a laugh? Meanwhile, my planners were like, what's going on? Because obviously they had other jobs that they wanted me doing and I couldn't do any of them because I was stuck. I was stuck in an RDC with 12 pallets on because they had been not clever. So yeah, eventually they found the paperwork and then got told it'd be an hour. So then went and got back in the truck. And then the yardman came over and went, oh, have you got a delivery from Heinz? And I went, no. But are you the one who's been delayed? I went, yes. So he walked off on the radio, comes back, apologises because of the delay he was going to try and squeeze me in, but he accidentally got my reg mixed up with someone else's reg and put them on bay first. Yeah, that was a nuisance. But got round there. Another truck pulled off a bay relatively quickly, and he was like, he just came out and went, go for that bay, go. I was like, great. And then it was waiting for them to unload. And then they rejected one box. They told me they were rejecting the box. They didn't tell me they put the box like back on the back of the truck loose, which I didn't think to check. I just didn't notice it when I went and closed the doors. Got out of the ARDC, called my planner. It was like, oh great, awesome, you're out of there. Can you go to this place and collect 7 pallets? I was like, yep, fine. Got there to find glass bottles of apple juice, I think it was, all over the bed of the truck. Thankfully, hadn't broken, but it was just these bottles. It was just these bottles all over the place. And it was just like, you couldn't be making this stuff up. So yeah, that was a fun day. That day I did a total of like 50 kilometers. Yeah. Next day though, my God, the next day did I make up for it? Or was it the day before? No, it might have been the day before actually. No, it was the next week. So therefore, trying to remember now. Basically, one of the days I did a 9 hours 45 drive, so 15 shy of a 10, going over a 10, which is not allowed by law, and a 14 hours 36 working time. So 24 minutes short of the absolute top level legal limit on how much time I'm allowed to work. Yeah, that day I went to a quarry near Doncaster, collected a 3.6 ton stone. For some reason I got in my head when I saw the sheet, I read it as 3.6 ton stones. I've got to stop yawning. No, it's 3.6 ton stones. Why do I do one of them? Then go down to Oxford. Then go back to our yard to add more pallets. Then go down to Oxford to unload the stones. Then go to Reading to do a collection, but the collection hadn't actually been arranged, and they weren't ready for us, so I was sent away. To then go to Slough to drop off the other pallets that I'd collected back at our yard, to be told, you're here after 2:30, therefore we can't accept, our accept goods in is closed. Who closes goods in at 2:30 in the afternoon, but anyway. So then drive back to the yard, after literally all day doing one drop. One collection, one drop. The truck didn't make virtually any money that day because the amount of diesel for that run and the hours of what I worked. Yeah, I doubt the truck made any money that day. But part of the joys and fun and the games of the trucking world at times, that trucks sometimes make no money. I realise with this truck it's the return of the annoying DVS screen. I'll try and do my best, but ain't going to happen much. I did in my failed video, with the failed audio, which was totally unusable, even though I had some really cool shots. It's a bit of a shame. I did in my failed video try attaching my camera elsewhere.
Take the second exit.
I tried attaching it to the top of the handrail here by the door. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Partly, well, no, it did to an extent, but partly didn't because of the fact of this window was bringing so much light that I was pitch black. I was in silhouette. Who would have thought? But anyway, I've got 1 hour 53 working time left after the loading, and going to the garage this morning to get the license plate sorted, or temporarily sorted. And I'm about an hour away from my first drop. So I'm going to stop yabbiting on. And I'm going to turn around and say that I'll see you there when the camera stops spinning. I'll have a look at the camera and see what else I can do to stop it moving, because it's just getting a bit annoying having to keep adjusting it. But anyway, see you in a bit. Right, hello again. You join me after I've just had a 15. Now, I've got the fun bit. I've got to get a lay-by. So, what I'm going to do is back myself up a bit. Just to give myself a bit more lay-by. And then indicator on, go for it. There we go. So, first drop's done, 15's done. I was going to record on the way into the first drop, and then the office called me, but by accident. So, yeah, I wasn't quite sure whether it was a case of the cab phone was playing up and then that's why they hung up on me. But when I was trying to call them back to find out what's going on, there was no answer. So I don't know. But yeah, that first drop was like super quick, super simple. Ended up kind of just taking off myself and leaving it in their little side yard. It was only 3 frames. The next one is, it's now about 40 minutes, about 50 minutes away, and that is a single frame. So it's not a lot for the first 2 drops. It's the third drop that has everything, which is yeah, they better have labourers available. And I'm going for it. Don't know if that van was going to let me in, but I've gone for it anyway. Yeah, it's the third drop that's got lots of frames. It's like 80 something. Yeah. As well as what they call straights, I think they call them, or flats, which is just literally long pieces that haven't been formed into a frame. I'm actually going to adjust the temperature in the cab because I've got a little chilly. Let's go for that setting. I've gone for 20 degrees. Now, after I did the last unload, 20 degrees was too warm, so I took it down to 18. It could be that 19 might be the magic number, I don't know. But anyway. Oh, dear God. But yes, on to the next drop. But in the meantime, I was listening to a podcast in the doghouse. Something I've only recently discovered. Thank you, Sam K, for putting me onto it. And they had a guest on, which got me thinking. Because the guest they had on was an ex-bouncer. And it got me thinking because I used to be a manager at a nightclub. And I was like a team leader in a pub, in a student pub, as well as I've done pubs and stuff for quite a few years. And some of the things that the guy was going through just brought back memories of things that I had to deal with. So I thought I'd have a brief story time with Phil. I don't know what that was, but anyway. Yeah, I thought I'd just go through some of the stuff that I've experienced in the years that I was doing it. So going back, when I first started in pubs, I used to work at a pub in the south of Birmingham, where it used to be, originally it was like just it was under Michelin Butlers, but it was an independent name. So it wasn't, one of their brands. It was just a pub. And yeah, we used to have some experiences with some of the punters who used to come in there because, like, on the weekends we used to have a DJ on, and people couldn't handle their drink. Plus, in the area there was issue with people with drugs, which was not pleasant either. But I still remember, like, one night it was the salsa night. Yes, Monday nights used to be salsa night. We used to have a salsa instructor come in, and like I think people paid.
Take the second exit.
I think it was like £5 a head to have salsa lessons. Because why not? Well, I was working it and I was tired. And a couple of our regulars who were friends with some of the other people that worked there came in and got very drunk. And yeah, it was not pleasant. We used to have these bottle bins. They were big wooden boxes with a slot cut out of them, and inside went in a big blue plastic bin that held, I'd say, in the region of about 200, 300 bottles, and they were empty. And the idea was that when you were going around clearing the floor, especially if it was on nightclub weekends, you would just bang all the bottles in the bottle bins, and then at the end of the night they were meant to be emptied at the end of the night. Well, yeah, needless to say, at the weekend they didn't get emptied properly.
Over the roundabout, taking the third exit.
This customer,
You are over the speed limit.
I'm not over the speed limit, shut up. This customer decided in his drunken state, I'm just going to say drunk, I'm more than certain there was other things involved, decided that he was going to kick the door open on the bottle bin. Yeah. At this point I was tired. I was getting ready to close up, and I still had to stay overnight to do the delivery in the morning, because that's what I used to do. I used to do the Monday night salsa and then stay overnight basically, and then do the delivery Tuesday morning. I obviously said that I was...
Take the third exit.
I obviously said something along the lines of, for F's sake, why the hell would you do something like that? To have the guy squaring up to me. Because at the time, my tiredness, I forgot that he was not just drunk. Yeah. I had a near miss of that one. Thankfully, like, one of the other staff who's friends with this customer had just walked in, because he'd gone to upstairs we had like a room. You could almost call it a staff room, but it wasn't really. But it was just somewhere we could stash our bags and coats when we were working. And because he'd gone out the night before, he'd left some stuff up there, so he got up to go get that. He walked in at the moment this was about to happen. Thankfully, he managed to calm it down. Yeah, I was not pleased about that one. But then later on, this pub became an O'Neill's. It got shut down for a while and refurbished and turned into an O'Neill's. And all the staff were given the option to stay on, which I did, because it was a job. And the door team changed. So the door team didn't know some of the old troublemakers. Some of the bar staff recognised some of them, but there were a few members of the door team who kind of had the point of view of, you're just bar staff, you don't tell me what to do. Which did bite them on the backside quite a bit. Now, those people watching who know Birmingham know of some of the Birmingham football groups. I was going to call them fans, but fan might not necessarily be the word for them. Hooligan groups, let's put it that way. Yeah, some of them got in. Our fight had kicked off because they let some of the rivals in as well. Yeah, that was not fun. Packed pub. There was live music going on the one side, and there was basically a brawl going on at the bar. A brawl going on at the bar. We had this one bouncer who was how to word this? Very far Eastern European, but not actually European country that we shall not mention at the moment. Special Forces. He used to be Special Forces for him, and an ex-judo champion for his home country and the UK. Yeah, He took no crap from anyone. At one point, he had one guy who he's had grabbed by the back of his shirt, and the guy happened to trip and his head butted the front of the fruit machine. Totally fluke accident, freak thing. God knows how that happened. Whilst another one who tried to jump on the back of him tripped, and even though the doorman had hold of the back of his shirt, he could have slipped out of his grip as this happened. It's a shocking thing. But he tripped over the one of the coffee tables. That was quite a long one, and went and slid the full length of this coffee table and ended up head first into the fireplace. I mean, it's an unfortunate trip to happen, that one. I mean, it's a freak thing to happen like that.
After 100 feet, turn right.
It's just, obviously the doorman must have been having some issues with his grip that night, because, he genuinely had hold of these people, honestly. But as he turned with his grip of these people, they just slipped out of his hands. Shocking behaviour. Those of you who've done clubs and stuff, you know exactly what I'm saying. So yeah, that was O'Neill's. And then I moved city. I moved region. And I transferred to a student pub where I got my license training. So I just noticed one of these little plasticky bits on this steering wheel columns come off, and it's really bugging me. I got my license training there, so I became a team leader. My now wife, but girlfriend at the time, was working at another pub while she was at uni. And there was one night when I finished work, I used to always work in steel toe caps. Genuine reason, unlike some people, genuine reason for me to wear them was because I used to do barrel changes, and I wanted to set my toes. They may come in useful should there be an incident, but anyway, that's not the point. I had come home from work. I'm going to say girlfriend, because she was girlfriend at the time, but is now wife. She'd worked all her day shift, and then she'd come home, and we were about to sort dinner out, and then she got a phone call from her manager begging her to come back in because basically they were a bit busy, a lot busier than expected basically, and he was short-handed. And we lived literally right behind the venue. So she was like, yeah, fine, okay, give me a few minutes, I'll be there, kind of thing.
Taking the second exit.
She went in a little bit later on, then came back home, expecting all to be done and dusted for the day. And then later on, not long later on, got another phone call going, please, we're sorry about this, but please, can you come in? We've had an unexpected large group turn up, and they were really short-handed. So she went in. About 15, 20 minutes later,
You are over the speed limit.
my phone goes off. Here's my girlfriend. Phil, do us a favour, throw on your toe caps and come round here. I was like, what?
Turn right at the roundabout.
Yeah, we need an extra body. That basically, they had a gypsy birthday party turn up. There was quite a lot of gypsies turned up. A lot of them who didn't have licenses, ID, because they were blatantly not of age. And there was 3 members of staff on, including, I was going to say girlfriend, wife, the manager and one of the members of staff. So I just got this. I got the sense from this call that how desperate it was. So I've thrown my boots on, gone running around. Partly half expecting just to kind of potentially just help with them doing some glass collecting, but the fact that I got said to me to put my boots on, I was like, oh dear.
You are over the speed limit.
Yeah, it was kicking off big time. The manager, for fear of everything getting out of control, basically stopped serving. There was points when some of them were leaning over the bar and basically helping themselves. So one of the lads ran to the cellar and cut off all the gas supply, which should shut down most of the taps. The staff basically was pinned behind the bar, and it was kind of bartering with the gypsies to go, basically. Yeah. That almost kicked off. At one point, a glass went over the bar. When I kind of grabbed one of them's hand to pull him away from the pump, I suddenly had a realization of how outnumbered I was. And yeah, eventually they got the message they weren't getting any more drink and left the bar. At the same time, we used what was known as Pub Watch, which was radios that were linked to the police. We used Pub Watch to alert the police to what the situation was, because we knew what venues they were going on to next. And yeah, the venue was in a state. Oh my God, had they trashed that place. But it's fair to say the manager was very thankful that I came to help out, just as like an extra set of eyes, basically, because debris was flying about the place. Yeah, that wasn't pleasant. But then again, I had a similar situation happen when I was at the student bar. I was doing a Sunday day shift, and I noticed it was busy, but didn't think too much of it. I just noticed it was a bit busier than normal. To then be asked by and that was it. I then got to a level where I had to phone a member of staff and go, look, I know it's Sunday, I know you worked yesterday, any chance you can come in? Just help us out. I'm like, I think I even had to close the kitchen. We were that snowed under with people. I then found out there was a football game on, and one of the customers went, "Do you mind are you putting the match on?" I was like, "Excuse me," because what used to happen is we used to have a list of all the football matches for the week, and on our board in the office it was markers to say that we're showing this match, and then we have it written up on the chalkboard. Somehow we managed to miss this Manchester United, I think it was. I think it might have been Man U versus Liverpool match. A big match to be showing, and we somehow missed that it was meant to be on. So I went, put the big screen down, put it on, realised, oh crap, the pub was full. And yeah, this was Saturday daytime because we had it was Sunday daytime, sorry. It was Sunday daytime because we had our pound drink night that night. Yes. Yeah, the pub was full. My now wife, then girlfriend at the time, had come up and she was like, oh dear, what the hell's going on here? And I can't remember exactly what the score was at the end, but something happened in the match which resulted in someone throwing a pint glass at the screen. And then a punch-up started, which turned into a brawl. Now, B, being team leader running the shift at the time and being in pubs, went into automatic pilot mode of go and try and separate the fight. One of the other members of staff who played rugby for the university shouted at me and basically said, look and realise what's going on. And that's when I realised I was outnumbered. He'd grabbed my girlfriend, our wife. I keep on saying that for some reason. I don't know why I feel like I have to keep saying that, but anyway. He grabbed her and pulled her out of the way because she'd almost got hit with debris and almost got bashed around by the fights that were going on. I then grabbed the police radio to basically call for police to get their backsides up to the pub as fast as possible. Unfortunately, the police did turn up, but unfortunately, like a lot of them escaped. And obviously, because it was just that much of a mangled mess of stuff happening, it was hard to figure out what the hell was going on. Yeah, that was not a fun day. And we got quizzed about why we didn't have security on for such a major football game. Plain and simple reason is, we didn't know it was on. Yeah. Needless to say, I especially double-checked all the fixtures for the next few weeks. And big games like that, we made sure we had door staff on. So that's just up to pubs. There was other things that happened in the pubs, because I mean, I used to, on a Sunday, get into this bright pink, fluffy pig costume, the Quids pig. Now, from that term, a lot of you may know what kind of student pub it was. They had the Quids pig on Quids night, and I used to have to run around the pub as this pig persona. It used to be a good laugh, actually. It really did. You used to have to, like, walk up to a sofa. You'd have, like, a group of students sitting there having a drink. And we had a cameraman, like a photographer, going around taking pictures. And, like, without saying anything to these people, I would just dive onto their laps. No warning. Probably spilled drinks as well while I was doing it. And you expect them to be like, what the? But instead, they're like, way, posing for a photo. You kind of got away with murder when you was in that costume. I'd like to point out, though, we didn't do any inappropriate things. Literally, the utmost would be, like, just literally go up and put a hand on someone's shoulder and, like, shock them because they suddenly had this pig standing next to them. So, but yeah, the amount of stuff we used to do in that pig costume, it was, like, hilarious. You know, just go out and just be randomly dancing. See who would dance with the pig. Why not? But yeah, that is up to, that's pubs. Then I went on to nightclubs. And that is a story for another time. Because there was many an instant when I was in the nightclubs. And I'm going to realise in this section is going to be quite a long part of the video. So either I will talk about it later or in another video. Stay tuned for Story Time with Phil. Yeah, again, I have no idea what that was going on with this hand. Anywho, I am 32 minutes going to the old Saturday Navigate from my next drop. I am driving around the outskirts of the centre of Leicester at the moment. On my way to Market Harborough. So, I will catch up with you when we get a bit closer. See you in a bit. Right.
You are over the speed limit.
No, I'm not. Shut up. Bad timing then for me to start recording as well. I just sneezed. Literally hit record and everything. About to do my clap to sync everything, and I sneezed. Anyway, I am 5-6 minutes away from my final drop. Yeah. Bit of a boring drive. It's just like, yeah, got here, sort of. The only thing is, I don't know the name of the building site, which I may need to double check. Which, there we go. Oh, that might be one of the signs I've just seen. Fine.
After 0.4 miles, go over the roundabout, taking the second exit.
Because this reckons I'm 4 minutes away, but less than a mile. But all I do know is that I have got a lot of these frames. Oh, the bumps. Thankfully, the air ride seat does deal with a lot of them, but it doesn't deal with the torquey bumps, the twisty bumps.
Go over the roundabout, taking the second exit.
Yeah. Correct. Signage. Thank you, Mr. Truck, coming the other way, because you've just held that traffic back. Let's
Take
go.
the second exit.
I am not far from it now. See, look, I'm not speeding. In fact, I'm going that slow, the thing turned off. It's just hilarious.
Mile, enter the roundabout, take the second
Okay.
exit.
What's that saying? Okay.
Enter the roundabout,
Oh, the
take
Willow's
the
at,
second exit.
right. I think actually I want this exit. I just got to find the
Take the second exit.
construction entrance, which I'm hoping
Take the next left.
this
Then
might be it
arrive at
now.
your destination.
No, my
You
luck,
have reached your destination.
this will not be the entrance to the site, and this will be just one of the roads they've already built. Yep, that's exactly what's just happened. Oh, joy. This isn't the first time this has happened. Okay, perhaps I want the other side of the roundabout. Yes, now if I've reached destination, I'll just say that to it, just shut it up. Come on. I am about to click curb, I'm sure of it. There is a lamppost right behind me as well. There we go. Just annoy the residents in their new-ish homes as you do when construction traffic takes the wrong turn. Oops. Plonker. I am a plonker. It's actually this way. And I'm guessing that's actually the entrance I want, potentially. But I need to find out. Oh, shut up. There's a weight limit on this road. Oh, shut up, shut up, shut up. Right. No construction traffic that way. That's for the marketing suite. Sugar. Trying to find the correct entrance. Traffic west. I want east. I may have yet again took a wrong turn. There is a roundabout up here.
You are over the speed limit.
Oh, shush. No, I'm not. Yes, there's a nice, helpful roundabout up here. Come on, all the way around the roundabout. Then go back up that hill and see if there's a blatant sign that says Tilde Homes East. Oops, there's technically a 7.5 ton weight limit here, and that is a fresh camera, which is getting me concerned that I may have just got a ticket.
Over the speed limit.
No, I'm not. It's a 40-mile-an-hour road. Okay, let's see if we can find the east one this time. Found entrance for west. Right, I might be on the right side. I'll wait to find out. I see a site office that I can at least very much go and ask in the distance. Alright. I'm going to go and see if I can find someone who knows what the hell's going on. Catch you all in a bit. If I just pull over here, actually, just annoy people and block them in. It's the best way. Let's go find out. Right then, that is the final delivery done. That labourer on that site did not want to work. Oh dear, he did not want to do work. Thankfully, the forklift truck driver turned up and he jumped out of his cab and gave a hand. Because otherwise I would have been there for hours. So, that is my day done. I am now heading back to the yard. Admittedly, I haven't called my planner to check that that is the plan, but seeing the time, most of our backload collections, they'll be closed by the time I get nearby, kind of thing.
Take the second
So
exit.
yeah, I'm just gonna head back to the yard. I've got an hour and 25 ahead of me till I get back. I'm just trying to get my way out of Northampton right now, or the south side of Northampton, the bit I'm in. Trying to kind of get my way towards the M1.
The speed limit.
Sorry, there was a long pause then because I needed to yawn,
Taking the first
but
exit.
I managed to suppress said yawn. I'm not over the speed limit. Shush, sat nav. It's weird. Sometimes it registers like a 30. Say you're going from a 50 to a 30, which is rare to do that big of a jump, but you never know. It sometimes registers that you're in the 30 zone about 200 to 300 meters before you're even there. Which is a bit frustrating because then it just sits there going, you're over the speed limit, and you're like, no, I'm not. You know, and then you come out the other side and it goes back up to 50, and it takes like a good 150, 200 meters for it to register that you're back up to the 50 speed limit. And it's frustrating. Whereas this, now, it's national. 56, baby! Ooh, feel the speed! Anyway, I'm yabbering on. I am hoping, been the prominent word, hoping, to record another video this week. Trying to get in the habit of doing it. I'm hoping I'm in a truck that will allow me to do it. You know, because this one has 3 working charging ports, which means I can plug my sat nav in, I can plug the charger for my phone in, and the charger for the 2 cameras. Oh my god, what a shock! Trying to plug multiple things in at the same time, it's unbelievable behaviour. Alright, let's just come to slow down. So, I suppose I better wrap this video up.
The roundabout. Take the first exit.
I will after I've just gone through this roundabout and stop getting cut up by Peugeots. At least it's not a cyclist or a motorbike. They're worse. Anywho, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Take the first exit.
If you didn't, meh, oh well. But if you did, please like,
After
comment,
300 feet,
and subscribe.
take the third exit.
If you dislike the video, remember you have to click the dislike button twice to make sure it actually registers. You know, if you only mildly dislike it, you meant to press it once. If you really dislike the video, you press it twice. honest. If you like the video, and even if you extremely like the video, you need to press it once, because YouTube knows that you're most likely going to like videos. Anyway.
Take the third exit.
I'm just losing the plot. Oh crap. I've just seen a potential diversion sign. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. And until the next, and thank you to all the new subs that I've had and all the nice comments and even the comments. Thank you to all of them.
After 300 feet,
I'm about to join the motorway. Way! Which means I'm getting back to my yard. I'm losing the plot. Until next time.
you are over the speed limit.
No, I'm not. Keep driving safe. Keep being safe. Don't cut up a trucker. And peace and love. That sounds quite hippie. Yeah. Bye-bye. Why are you still watching? Go! Just click the button. Go! Don't make me come there.